Welcome to Broke-Ass to Badass, where heart-led entrepreneurs learn to build the businesses and lives of their dreams with confidence, ease, and joy. This is the anti-hustle movement, and we're your coaches in badassery, Kimi and Pua.
Find out more at bledigital.com, and wherever you're listening to this, be sure to click subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Hey guys, welcome to day 3 of our Bold Badass Challenge. This episode is a recording we did of a live training that we did in our tribe on Facebook. And you can get there by going to bledigital.com/tribe. Again, this is day 3, so definitely go back and listen to day 1 and day 2 on the podcast. And if you want to see the video versions of this, you can go to bledigital.com/tribe. Get plugged in there. We have a lot of fun doing these live, as you'll hear. And we're so inspired by all of you that have been taking such bold, incredible action in your business and your life over the last few days. So we hope that this inspires you whenever you're listening to this. And this day is all about taking really bold, ballsy action, the kind that creates major momentum in your life. So get ready to be inspired. You'll hear also that we talk about the fact that today is the last day that you can enroll in our Broke-Ass to Badass group coaching program. It kicks off next week, Wednesday, December 4th. So this is the time to get in. If you're listening to this in time, you can still get in the doors, and you can find out more by going to brokeass2badass.com. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. And don't worry if you missed this, if you're listening to this later, just get plugged in, connected to us. You can find us on Instagram at Broke-Ass to Badass. You can find us on Facebook, join our tribe, and go on over to bledigital.com. That will get you on our waiting list or mailing list so that you know when we open the doors next. But we hope you enjoy this episode. Get out there and take some bold, ballsy action. Okay, so welcome to day 3 of our Bold Badass Challenge. And today we're going to be talking about bold, ballsy action. Yesterday we talked about bold connection and outreach. And oh my goodness, you guys are so inspiring, so amazing. We love to see the bold outreach and connecting that you're doing. And yeah, just love it. And I'm glad that I was the recipient of a couple bold calls. And it's so funny because it's just, sometimes we think that it is bold outreach, and really it's just outreach, guys. It's just outreach. It's just reaching out. It's just connecting. So yay. Just to recap, yesterday we talked about, just like reaching out, being willing to get out of our comfort zone, reaching out to clients, reaching out to potential clients, reaching out to potential partners, reaching out to perhaps people that we look up to or inspire, or maybe just people that we feel deep gratitude for, and also the power of sharing our message, getting our message out there, and not being shy about sharing our light with the world and telling the world how we are here to help, what we're here to do, what our message, what our mission is. So today we're going to talk about taking bold, ballsy action. I mean, I guess this whole thing has been about bold, ballsy action, but this is really where we're going to get even braver, even bolder, and talk about some of maybe the fears and some of the SHIT that can come up when we're working our bold muscles. So, and how we can keep pushing our bold edge and keep the bold party going so that it becomes truly a habit in our life. All right. So just checking it on Pua. I see her managing the comments. Thank you.
Well, I'm listening to the wrong video. I'm listening to the one on Facebook, not Zoom.
Oh,
so it's sorry. What was the question?
I was just checking in, saying hi. Hi. Setting the stage for today where, I like that. Jer said, get your bold on, peeps. Okay, so let's get started with today's training. We're going to start today with a bold quote. So make sure you guys have your worksheets. If you guys if you haven't grabbed them yet, or if you're listening to this and you want to grab that worksheet, It's here in the tribe, right pinned to the top. And you can follow along today. And hopefully you have your bold journals where you've been tracking your bold action and bold ideas. And you're going to definitely come up with some new things to add to that list today. So here's today's quote. Freedom lies in being bold. Freedom lies in being bold. That was said by Robert Frost. And this quote really stuck out to us because we are obsessed with freedom. We are obsessed with freedom. And it's so true that freedom is, freedom lies in boldness, because from that bold action, what can happen is we're not only we don't not only like access new levels of freedom. What's happening?
I spilled my tea and I'm trying to dry it with my breath.
You guys, I was just talking about freedom, and I look up and I thought Pua's like, she has her shirt in her mouth. I'm like,
how am I going to dry this before I have to get on camera?
Oh my goodness.
You can kind of see it.
Oh, it's just, we'll just say it's like tie-dye. Is that working? Nope. Oh my God. Love it. Hi, Kelly Weaver.
I'm being bold. I'm giving no Fs. Look at my stain, friends.
There you go. You look like you're, I don't know what, nursing.
With my nubbin, my middle boob.
Oh God. Well, I definitely don't know what the hell I was talking about.
Who knows what nubbin is from? Drop it in the comments. You automatically win the $500 prize. Just kidding. I'm not allowed to make decisions like that without you.
All right. So freedom lies in being bold. Not only will you be free to, it's like, yes, freedom will help you, or boldness will help you to like access, create momentum that will create freedom in your life. But also it's like freedom of expression, freedom to spill your tea all over your shirt and give 0 Fs about whether or not it looks like you're nursing with your nubbin.
The nubbin.
All right, let's dig in. Do you want to do point number 1?
Sure. Ooh, I do actually.
I knew you would.
Okay. Forgive my breath.
Forgive my breath.
Oh God, who are we? Okay, number 1. Let's put this guy in here. So, in your worksheet, analyze the data. And you're like, wait, hold on. I thought this was about being bold and taking action. Why am I analyzing, and what data? So the reason why this is so cool and this is such an impactful challenge is because this being bold challenge infuses, as we talked about yesterday and the day before, spiritual and tangible, right? So we are training ourselves to take bold action. We're taking leaps of faith. We are going out, doing the things that we are inspired to do before we allow ourselves to talk ourselves out of it, which is why we often don't take the bold action. And we're just kind of like, when we do things like this, it kind of feels like we're shooting in the dark, right? You're just like, I kind of want to take this action. It's something I've been thinking about. I don't really know if it's going to work. I don't know what's going to happen. It's something that I've heard is helpful, or, there's all sorts of reasons why we take action. And actually, these actions often pan out in very tangible ways, very beneficial ways, right? And this takes a little bit of reflection. So after 2 days of massive action taking, making your lists, really getting clear about what kind of action lights you up, what you want to be doing, how you want to be taking action moving forward, now you get to reflect, right? And say like, what came from this action? And because this is just a 3-day challenge, you may not have any concept of what the action will do for you, how this is going to change your life, change your business, move you forward. It sometimes takes weeks before we even see the benefits of this, sometimes years, right? So something that we've learned, we keep talking about this call that we had with our coaches yesterday because it was just so like eye-opening. This 1 hour was so powerful with them. And they were telling us, like, most of us here who have online business we're kind of playing long game. We aren't just selling a product. We don't need to just send out, a sample or a model wearing our clothes or something like that. We're selling an experience. We're coaching people. This is high level stuff, and it requires a very, very, very high degree of know, like, and trust from your audience before they invest their time, their energy, their money with you. So this is all long game action. And so taking bold action might mean going live on Facebook to show people that you're real, that you know what you're talking about, that you can help them. It might mean reaching out to somebody who you think you might be able to help down the line, but they need to have, 7 to 11 interactions with you before they are not convinced, but before they trust that you can help them. So this bold action, it has a ripple effect. So now is the time that we get to reflect on the action that we've taken and really start to take inventory of the ripples that are happening. And it's already starting. And the more that we can see the benefits and the action, or the activity and the progress that comes from this action, the more inspired and motivated we'll be to continue to take this action. Does that make sense?
Love it. Yes. All right. God, that's so good. I'm like, sometimes I just sit here and I listen to you. I'm like, oh yeah. So brilliant. Okay. So
sound like a smoker.
Yeah. Your voice is really sexy today.
Okay. Now, Jer, who gets sick and sings super sexy? Sticky shoes. My sticky, icky shoes. Come on, Jer.
She'll get it. She'll get it. She's so thank God this is recorded. Oh, awesome. All right. So fill in the blank point number 2 on your even I knew that one. I usually lose at the Friends trivia, but I knew that one. Okay. So point number 2 is to keep pushing your bold edge. Okay, to keep pushing your bold edge. And we talked about, if you recall, on the first day of this training, that bold badasses have really incredible self-awareness. And all of you have incredible self-awareness, right? And especially you're heightening your self-awareness as you go through an experiment like this, as you go through a challenge like this, because you're really bringing attention and mindfulness to what is my bold edge? What makes me feel uncomfortable? Like what feels edgy? What makes my pit sweaty? What makes me feel like, oh God, I don't know if I can do that, right? All of that is self-awareness. And as you build your bold muscles, you're going to keep pushing that edge. And really take a moment right now to think about something that was scary AF for you. Okay? Like Pua and I think back to the first podcast that we ever did. We think back to the first webinar we ever did. We think back to
think about it too much because it makes us want to shiver.
And we think about just all the things that were really scary and uncomfortable in the beginning, but you just keep doing them and they become, you're pushing your bold edge. You're pushing it further and further. And there's this wonderful quote that I always mess it up, so I actually wrote it down. It's, your current safe boundaries were once uncharted frontiers. Your current safe boundaries were once uncharted frontiers. And I just love that so much because it really is so true. And we can help kind of build up our bold muscles by thinking about what is easy for you now that used to be hard. So if you are following along with us live right now, drop something in there. Drop something in there that used to be really, really scary for you, really, really uncomfortable, really like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. And then now it's just every day for you. I think about my first day of jujitsu. That's a really great example. I think about because I was so weird and so uncomfortable. And now it's something that I love, do all the time, right? Like the first day that, the first day, so many firsts of anything, right? So yeah, share with us. We want to hear. Doing lives. Geraldine says doing lives. Yes. Oh my God. Doing lives are always, they can be edgy for us for sure. So public speaking, And now it's no thang. That's what JC says. Wow, love that. Pressing the shutter on my camera and getting paid to do it is another one Jer says. Oh, I love that so much.
Public speaking is people are like, and on average, more afraid of public speaking than they are of death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crazy. Awesome. So, as you do this, badasses, as you continue to push your bold edge, as you continue to define what is bold for you, this is going to be always expanding for you. And that's the cool thing about it, right? We're always going to be pushing and pushing and pushing. And so the bolder that you get, the more you're going to have to push your bold edge. And the more you'll have to have that awareness around it. And the more that you'll seek it out as well. Sherilyn says that cooking a hard-boiled egg correctly. Such a great one too. Kahale says going to the gym when she's out of shape. Right? Like getting back there, like that first day back to the gym, right? So awesome. You guys are such bold badasses. We just love you. So keep pushing that bold edge.
6 minutes, Jer. 6 minutes. It's the sweet spot for the perfect. Wait, do you like soft or hard-boiled egg? Because 6 minutes is like the perfect soft-boiled egg right before the yolk gets hard. I lost the window. There we go. Okay. Oh, this one, point number 3. You guys are already doing it. Surround yourself with boldness. And I can't. The first line in this says, real talk, if you're surrounded by a bunch of panties, you're going to act like a panty. Man, it's true, right? So this challenge is like, this was our secret way of actually creating this little bold community of people that are just taking action and inspiring others to do the same. And this is not new information, right? You are the, what is it? You are the combination of those that you spend the most time with. Something like that's not the real quote, but spend time with people who are taking action, who are doing things, not the exact things that you want to be doing, but in the way that you want to be doing them, that are living in alignment, that are living in their truth. And you will feel comfortable, you'll feel inspired, you'll feel motivated to also live and act in that way. And I think we're all already doing it, which is the best part about being in this community is there is nonstop support here. And whether or not you are somebody who posts all the time, who's always sharing, who's always very vocal, or somebody who is very, very silent, you're just observing. Everybody has a role, and everybody has a very powerful purpose. And that's like that. If you think about like when I think about our community, I think about this like thriving old school, like old Hawaiian ahupua'a, where everybody from the mountain all the way to the ocean, everybody has a role and there's enough to go around. And while we're not talking about physical goods or food or clothing or anything like that, we're talking about energy. And there's more than enough energy to go around. And the more you put in, the more you get out, right? And in any way, in whatever way lights you up. I'm an observer. I don't share much. I don't even like comment much. I'm not, I like social media kind of makes me feel very drained, but I am so very inspired by the people there. And I'm so like, I'm motivated by the energy. So there is a role for everybody. And as long as you are in the communities that inspire you and are doing the things in the way that you want to be doing them, you're good.
Love that. Yeah. And that reminds me so much of what we had said. We talked about the first day too, where it's like, well, sorry, Joey was like, what? Like he thought I was talking to him. Live video. Oh, work from home life. So yeah, boldness isn't always about being loud, right? And I think a lot of times we mistake boldness for loudness, and it's not. As Pua said, everybody has a role, and boldness is again just about you finding your edge, and you speaking up for what you believe in, what feels right for you, right? And having the freedom to do so, finding your own freedom through your own brand of bold. So that brings us to point number 4, which is to pay the bold forward. Pay the bold forward. So there is this hidden, maybe not so hidden, magical thing that happens when we show up as a bold badass in our life. And that is that we give others the permission to be bold. And what all of you that are here, all of you that are participating in this, that are listening along, that are inspired by this, all of you that are in the hashtag no panties club. I see Carolyn posted that. You are bold leaders. You are leaders, and leaders are bold, right? And so how will you, from this moment on, with this awareness now that you have, and this mission of boldness that you have, how will you pay that bold badassery forward? And the other piece about this, sort of the leadership piece of this, is that is what can help us to get out of our own way when there are things that are super edgy for us, right? When we know that we're pushing our bold edge and it feels uncomfortable and we feel sweaty and we feel scared and all of that, and we have fears and we have doubts and we're afraid of how we'll be judged or whatever it may be that comes up for us in the pursuit of bold. When we remember that our boldness gives others permission to be bold and to speak up for what they believe in and to speak up for who they are, what their message is, what their mission is. And also when we remember that our boldness can support and serve and help others, it can help take that focus out and fear out of here and shine it outward, right? Shine our focus outward. So, I don't know why we have so many quotes. I think we just loved researching so many. So there's so many bold quotes out there because boldness is such a powerful trait. And but I just wanted to share one more here, and that is that boldness isn't something that you're born with. You either choose it or you don't. You either choose it or you don't. And so just know, and that was Mike Yoconelli. Same, I think he had a quote earlier this week. But what that can remind us of is that you're choosing bold. You're choosing bold, and that is so badass. That already makes you a leader and inspiring to others by just shining your light out there. So who are you going to inspire today with your bold badassery, and how will you step into your role as a bold leader? And remember, doesn't have to be loud, doesn't have to be on the stage or even in a Facebook Live or even on a mountaintop, but how will you show up as a bold leader in your life today?
It's funny because some of the people that that come to mind as the people who I look up to have a very bold presence and are leaders, like thought leaders and action takers, they're quiet. Mm-hmm. And they're I am so not this person, but they're the kind of people where they don't say much, but when they say something, it matters. When they say something, it's really funny. When they say something, it's really impactful. And they're always, to me, and also the people who are always they're just always in your face. That's also a trait of somebody who's a bold action taker, right? You can't not see them. And it's not annoying. It's not a negative trait. It's just different. And it's more than just hearing them. It's more than just seeing them. It's feeling their intention. Right? If you think about all of the leaders in the world right now, and everybody that you can think of, I was talking to somebody yesterday, I don't want to get political because let's not go there. But if you think about Obama and you think about Donald Trump and you just reflect on the feelings that you feel when you think about each of them without even listening to anything that they say or seeing anything that they do. And they are two leaders, two very, very powerful, prominent leaders, right? So what kind of leader do we want to be? What kind of bold action are we going to take to inspire the people who look at us and hear us and feel us? That's what this is about.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow. Well, we have homework. We have a name to pull for our prize for yesterday for everybody that got their homework in. And just a little bit of like, I guess to kind of say, like, lay out how this is going to go down. So today we're pulling our prize for our iTunes gift card. And then tomorrow we'll be, we'll pop back in here, even though, so there will be homework today, and we'll be letting you guys know who wins our $500 BLE bucks, BLE $500 credit that you can use towards digital media services, or if you've been enrolled in B2B, you can have that as a credit, or you can use it for, any of our products or services. Yay. $500.
She still needs to post her homework. Is it too late?
Yes. Naughty. Well, it's not too late for, the school of life. But to win today's prize, yes, it's too late because I already got the names in the thing. And remember, to be eligible for our grand prize, you just have to have gotten your homework in every single day. So it's not too late for that. So you can go back, finish your homework for day 1, day 2, day 3. And just a shout out to those of you that are listening on the podcast too. We see you, we hear you, we feel you. So thank you so much for following along here too. We've had some amazing people reach out to us on Instagram at Broadcast2Badass, and they've just been letting us know that they're following along with this challenge. We have some new subscribers. So we just want to give you guys all a nice big shout out and warm Broadcast2Badass welcome, and honor you for following along this journey. Whether you're listening to this in present time or in the future, we salute you. Okay, so also today is a very, very important day. And it is, unless you've been like under a Thanksgiving rock, you know that today is the cart close of our signature program, our signature group coaching program, Broadcast2Badass. So we would love to take a little bit of time right now to share with you about what that's going to look like over the next few weeks, and how you can make this the most freaking badass, bold, ballsy day ever. And really finish out this year strong and start up the next year, 2019, hitting the ground running. So we're going to share a little bit about that also. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below.
I feel like I've been living under a Thanksgiving rock, but I know that our program closes today.
I'm glad.
I just want to share an experience that I had. So like, we went back and forth about, did we want to do the launch over Thanksgiving? Did we want to have this cohort run through the holidays? Is that weird? Are people not going to want to do it? And I have to say, like, I as a consumer of a product that we purchased last November, doing a program like this over the holidays is so rad. First of all, we're extending it a couple of weeks. And when we say that, it's like we're kind of just saying it to say it, because you don't ever get kicked out. Whereas the program that we did last year, we got kicked out. After the 8 weeks, we lost access to the groups and all that, and we'll never kick you out. But the way this program works, it's 8 weeks of trainings, and every week builds on the last week. And the way that we've structured it is very intentional. So it does drip content weekly, which is why, that's really the only 8-week time constraint, is when you get things dripped to you. But, we're giving a couple of extra weeks off for the holidays, which actually gives you a couple of very focused weeks, because there's a lot of downtime in the fake 10 days between New Year's and Christmas. Remember, it's kind of like you're living in a weird time dimension where things don't matter, Christmas to New Year's. It's really weird, but it's such a great time to dig in. It's such a great time to reflect. And the thing that Kimi and I have taught since the beginning of time, beginning of BLE time.
The beginning of time.
First of all, we do not believe in New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions are total crap, because why do we have to decide 12 months of our life on one day? And then if we fail to do that, then we failed the year. No. Okay, wait. I can't Hulk out. Who was talking about, Kat yesterday, she's like, don't Hulk out. You got to stop yourself before you get too worked up. So like the way that we've operated from the beginning is December is such a beautiful time for spending time with family, for reflection on the year that has just happened, and kind of doing brainstorm, heartstorm, dreaming of what is to come in the next year. So December, reflect. And then in that time between Christmas and New Year's, use that to plant seeds, to do your planning for the next quarter, to see what lights you up now versus last year. How can you take bold action in January to move things forward? And then in January, for the entire month, all 30 or 31 days, I don't remember how many days are in January, that is when we plant the seeds. It's not just January 1st, you decide your fate for the next year. You really just feel into all of this and how you want to be living and what you want to adjust and shift and change and what you want to do more of and less of in the year to come. So imagine that energy, which we're going to talk about on our podcast, I'm sure, and all the things. Imagine that infused with something like B2B, where we're helping you to get clarity on your business, clarity on your life, where you want to be, what you want to do, who you serve, how you serve, putting together a beautiful website, an online course, a membership site, whatever it is that you want, your social media, right? We'll do some Facebook ads, all of these things you get to do in that New Year's energy. Like, dang it, I want to do it.
You can.
Can I? Yeah. Can I join? Is it too late?
It's not too late. You're a last minute Lucy.
I am.
Oh, awesome. Yes. Yeah. So what happens is basically the moment that you get access, you'll have access to week 1 of this program. So today you enroll, you'll get access to week 1. In fact, one of the, and access to our private Facebook group. And then our first call is next week, Wednesday. And one of the first emails that you're going to get from us is a welcome email. And in that email, we share with you, and not many people know this policy, and we just wanted to highlight it for all of you and let you know that if you have a significant other or a spouse that would like to go through the program with you, or a business partner, we welcome them to go through the program with you as well. So people are always like, what? Are you sure? Like, is that okay? Yes, absolutely. Because accountability, we are firm believers in accountability and the power of having somebody that you are spending, whoever it is that you spend the most time with, if they are also working on their own dreams and goals, and you're doing this program together, is just going to supercharge your experience, and you two will be able to really just hold each other accountable and hold each other's energy through the program. And it makes it a really magical experience. So if you have a significant other, and I say significant other, but again, business partner, spouse, business bestie, whatever it is, let us know. Somebody that you are aligned with their goals and you're working together, we'll give them access as well. So just as soon as you enroll, or if you have any questions about this, message us. Because, and especially if this is somebody on your team too, right? We're big believers of like your business, your mission is going to be so much more powerful when everybody is aligned. Everybody's going through that same experience and everybody has the same foundation of support. So yay. Oh, yay. I see January here. Woohoo. Welcome. Awesome. Yeah. Business bestie. There was, what was the other thing that we wanted to mention in our
money back guarantee?
That's the one.
So we have a money back guarantee that no one has taken advantage of. And, it's there if you want it. So we believe really, really, really strongly in this program. And we've just met the most incredible people. And if you have questions, like, are welcome to Google us, see if we're scam. You're welcome to ask people who are in this group. Well, I mean, they're going to do it anyway. I do it. But ask around, ask other program graduates what their thoughts are. We've had people, I'm sure, like if you were to ask right now, like, hey, is anybody willing to get on the phone with me and talk about this? I'm sure there would be people who would be more than happy to do that. But if for any reason you're unhappy, we have a full money back guarantee. We want this to feel really good. We want this to be a decision that you are excited about and that there's no fear. Like every decision that we make about this is from a place of service. You know, you can bring your business partner, there's a money back guarantee. Like we are not afraid of losing money because we just need to get you in. We want this to be something that you are ready to jump into. So that's the other thing. We are so happy to, like, if you know you're in, if you know this is like, I'm in, like, I need this right now, go to our website and just buy it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to talk about it, if you want to talk it out, talk to us. We're also happy to jump on the phone with you also. And we'll drop a link in the chat for, to book a call with us if you'd like to do that. But yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, we've talked with people too, and you can definitely talk with anybody that has said yes to this program or any program. And, you know, we just want to highlight that it's normal to have stuff come up, like normal to have fears, doubts, nervousness, right? So sometimes we feel like, oh, am I going to be able to really commit to this? Am I going to be able to, like, the investment makes me feel nervous, right? It's something big, it's something different. And those are all normal, natural feelings. And that's a lot about what we, work through our program too. And what it is it's that battle between our head, right? And which a well-meaning ego just wants to keep us safe, quote unquote safe, when it really doesn't know what safe really means, and our heart and our intuition and our gut that is telling us to dive in and to follow what feels right for us. And so again, it's normal. And how do we alchemize fear into excitement? We do it by Pua's making a face that is like, sorry, I can't get Pua's excited face was like so big. That it like shocked me. She was there like, oh, I was like, what
Jared, I just went back up through the comments and she's like, tax write-off.
Oh,
Yes, it is absolutely a business tax write-off.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes. So how do we overreacted?
Oh, and also I think if somebody's listening on the podcast and you want to book a call, they can't see the chat.
Oh, right.
BLEdigital.com/apply. It'll be in the show notes too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, my coach, Hang, she used to say, the only difference between fear and excitement is your breath. And so how do we alchemize fear? What do we do with fear when it arises? Fear, we move through it. We move through it by welcoming it, because if we can retrain our brain, fear is not, the presence of fear doesn't mean run. The presence of fear means, wow, yes, move through it, because on the other side of that fear is everything that we desire. And when we can remember that and breathe through it and begin to recognize fear as the path towards what we want, then we begin to see fear as a sign. And so if fear shows up in your life, not the kind of fear of like, oh my gosh, scary, my intuition is telling me to like not go down this dark alley, not that kind of fear, but the fear of investing in ourselves, the fear of like, oh my gosh, like I really want to do this, but I have the doubts. I have as Kat calls them, the upstairs neighbors coming in. If we can recognize that fear is directing us towards our dreams, then we welcome it. Then we sit with it. Then we breathe through it. And again, we alchemize it into excitement. Oh, yay. Start small, grow big. Did I say that?
Jared's dropping mad Kimi quotes.
like, did I say that?
That's from our photo shoot.
Oh, that's right. Small, grow big. Get small, grow big. I do remember that. Awesome. Wonderful. Any other questions for us before we draw? We have our name to draw. Are we ready? Should we draw the name before we give our homework? Your homework is to do B2B. Just kidding. Your homework is to take some big ballsy action. We'll get that in. Let's do the homework first. Okay, so here's your homework to be entered to win the grand prize, okay? So when you see our day 3 homework thread, you're going to post an example of bold action that you took. We'd love to see photos, okay? Photo proof. Post some photo of something that you did, something bold, something ballsy, and yeah. You can type it if you want, but bonus points if it is maybe we'll put 2 entries in if it's a photo. Okay, guys, ready? Da-da, I'm going to draw the name for whoever got their homework in. Right, photo proof. Photo or it didn't happen, right? Okay, tell me when to stop, Pua. Laura Christine. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations on your bold outreach yesterday. She's going to get iTunes gift card, which I like that. It's musical. It's just perfect for her. Awesome. Congratulations, LC. Winna, winna, chicken dinner.
It's Jared just said, Arna, please fix my weed whacker. Is that your bold action? Is that your bold outreach?
That's her bold outreach.
Wait, I just want to share. Yesterday, I was talking to Fortuna. I should have said this much earlier. I forgot. And she said, I don't have a person that I'm reaching out to, but I have this thing that I want to do. But I know we're supposed to post about a person. And I was like, you do have a person. She's like, no, it's a thing. I was like, no, you have a person. Your bold outreach is reaching out to yourself and telling yourself that this is what you're going to do. Right? It's like I'm fear and I'm what's the opposite of fear? Not fear.
Love,
right? So you can put yourself.
Yeah.
Legitimate answer.
I like that. Reach out to yourself. You can also do something bold for your future self. Yeah.
Book a vacay.
Yeah. Love it. Awesome, guys.
Bold like that for us. Book a vacay for us.
Oh, we could use a vacay right about now. I'll tell you that. Oh, let's do that. Well, you guys, we are so excited. We just want to say a big congratulations to those of you that have said yes to Broadcast to Badass. This next round of B2B is going to be effing off the hook. We have so many amazing things planned for everybody that is going to be in our program. Spending the next 10 weeks together and beyond. Spending forever together is going to be so amazing. And yeah, we have a lot of surprises planned for you guys. We have, it's just going to be a really, really incredible experience. So it's not too late to jump on board. It's not too late to tag your friends. If you know anybody that this experience could help, could support, if you know anyone at all that could benefit from the support that you're not just going to get from Pua and myself, and not just from the online course materials, but actually from the program members and graduates as well. Now is the time. Have them reach out to us or, let them know, send them our way. And yeah, we just can't wait to start up school next week, Wednesday. Bold. Started up boldly. All right, guys, that's it. This is our wrap for our 3-day bold challenge. But again, we'll be back tomorrow letting you know who the grand prize winner is for the BLE bucks. And anything else, Pua? Nerp. Awesome, guys. We love you. Congratulations on all of the bold action that you have taken and continue to take. You just inspire us so much. And we want to give you a big hug. Big hug. All right, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Visit us at bledigital.com and on Instagram at Broadcast to Badass.